Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to She Demands Men Accept Paternity Fraud Gets Humble Instead. This is going to be interesting since we have data that it seems like a lot of the paternity fraud, it has been going on for the last, I would say, 40 years. Let's jump in, guys. Let's see what's going on.
Mr. Pace, how did you find out that she slept with your best friend?
Well, that's interesting. We were actually in a heated argument at the time that it occurred, but it kind of just got blurted out to me that Mr. Randolph could be a potential father for Prince.
Wait a minute. So you're in a heated argument as a couple, and just out of the blue she yells, and by the way, your best friend could be Prince's father?
That's crazy.
It was very emotional for me, being that it's my best friend and this is my woman.
Understandably.
Upon meeting with him, we kind of all agreed, me and him agreed, that we definitely needed to find out what was going on.
I just want him to be able to understand that, and I am woman enough to admit that I made that mistake, and I want us to go forward from this situation, regardless of the results, regardless of, even though in my heart, I hope that it does show that he's the father, I just want us to still be able to be a family as we are.
Mr. Pace, you are not his father.
Damn. There we go, folks.
Oh, man.
Nah.
Continuing on with the next result. It has also been determined by this court, Mr. Randolph,
You're not the father.
you are not.
Wow. Yo. And you know what crazy? She does not look like a 3 or 4. She does not look like a 3 or 4. She doesn't. She does not. She just give you this vibe of just a regular chick. And it happens to be she's just sleeping with multiple guys. Wow.
She said she was womanly enough to admit her mistake, but not womanly enough to know who the father of her own kid is.
That's crazy.
And seriously expected him to accept what she did.
That means in 1 week she was probably sleeping with at least 5 or 6 guys.
And move on from it.
Wow.
Like nothing happened.
I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size.
Look, you just called him short. We don't want a woman that's only gonna base us based off our height. I'm 6'4", he's 5'8". But you said that he's disqualified because he's 5'8".
I didn't judge his character.
But okay, but you judge his height and he doesn't qualify for you.
Okay, but that's not saying.
And we're saying
he has no control.
Time out. The same way he doesn't qualify for you, with your figure, a lot of guys you won't qualify for.
And that's crazy. And she shamed him for something that he cannot control, which is the height. He can't control the height. He can, guys. She can control the weight. She can control the weight.
They forgot that it is only okay when she does it. But if they do it back, that's unacceptable.
I left my 28-year marriage because there was a Porsche in my driveway. But when I asked him whose it was, he said it was his and that he'd been thinking about it and researching it for a while. And he added, "Isn't it a beauty?" I couldn't believe that he'd been actively thinking about getting this expensive car that he didn't need, and then got the car and never mentioned it to me. No matter how hard I tried, he could not understand that I was upset that he
the glasses
left me out of this.
The glasses give it away. So I do have a hypothesis with this. If somebody's getting glasses this big to try to cover the wrinkles out of the gate, you're trying to be somebody that you're not. Out of the gate, my first impression will be you're trying to be somebody that you're not. You're trying to hide something from me. I notice that females tend to wear very big glasses, and those glasses, what those glasses do, is just hide the wrinkles. But of course, in reality, they don't.
Entire Porsche episode.
To make you think that they do.
He was functioning like a single person. He got really angry and said that I was car shaming him and that he did not need to ask my permission.
100%.
He was behaving exactly like a narcissist.
Oh, okay.
There's no rational discussion with a narcissist. You can't have any needs or feelings when you're with a narcissist. And you certainly can't disagree with them. I recognized it was going to be impossible to have any sort of meaningful connection to a narcissist. So I left the marriage. I am so much happier being able to express my feelings.
Oh, we can tell.
Now.
Yeah, we can tell.
Follow me for tips on how to get out of a bad relationship and move on to lead your best life.
And again, we ended up with what? How to break up families. Because they don't want to live in that misery alone, I guess.
That man got a brand new Porsche, and his biggest problem saw itself out the door right after. This is probably the happiest he's been in 28 years. Good for him.
When do you think you're going to hit your wall realistically?
Oh, like I literally have glowed up every single year. Like every month I get hotter, so I don't believe in a wall. I think that's probably like 55.
What do you mean wall?
It's all mentality. Like unfortunately, like when you're hot, you get so much more power. It sucks, but it's the truth.
Wall as in fertility window dies down, your looks fade, stuff like that.
Okay, I feel like 37, almost 40. I feel like the stigma is like 30. It's like when girls are supposed to be like, like you have to settle down.
Like I don't base my worth on my fertility.
We don't care. The thing is that we don't care what you think because you are not the buyer. We are the buyer. We are the one that determines that. And we say, man, by 30, you're hitting the wall. That's it. We are saying as men that at age 30, you are hitting the wall and you're not as fertile. We decided that, not you. See, their point of view is starting from the premise that they think they're the one that determines the market when it comes down to buying or choosing a mate. Right? They have the selection. But the problem is a lot of those guys that they probably have on the pool, the majority of them, they're not attractive for them. And they're getting this for free attention. The thing is that they confuse this free attention as potential partners. I'm going to say something. For those females, 0.1% that watch my channel, you guys do not determine the value of what is fertile or what is the wall. We do. We do biologically. We know by the age of 30, majority of your eggs are gone. You guys don't have to just shame us. We already know, right? And we despise it. So get used to it. Winter's coming, guys.
Oh, I think that probably like 60, even 70.
One could argue that a woman's most prized possession is her ability to reproduce, though.
Because I have a successful job in the business intelligence industry and I make my own money and my happiness doesn't stem from having
whatever that means.
They say that now, but as we have seen on my channel time and time again, they always end up regretting it and wish they could go back and have kids.
If you are broke, you should not be dating.
Okay, I wonder if that applies to women as well as men.
I'm not saying if you're broke, you're not worthy of love and happiness.
Well, that's good, because that would be a very classist mentality.
You're just not worthy of me.
No.
Oh,
so
my
this
God.
is a pay-to-play kind of thing, is it?
Just kidding. You need to focus on yourself. Broke guys are usually the most insecure guys on the planet. I swear to God.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm pretty sure they're very happy and secure in the fact that they don't have to worry about dating someone who's only after their money.
It's not necessarily their fault.
Oh?
Because as a society, we have prided men and we have made their self-worth contingent on how much money they make or their profession.
As a society, is it? Well then, it seems like some women are doing a great job of perpetuating that.
The broke men, they walk around with a chip on their shoulder.
Is anyone else wondering what they actually consider to be broke?
If you don't like your circumstances, try to do something about it. Don't be mad at everyone else. Especially not me. What the fuck? What did I do?
Well,
yo, that nose, bro. What's up with her nose? My God. What's up with her nose? I don't know, man. Something's going on there. Something's not right.
Make a certain amount of money every year, which is really no different than men saying that they won't date a woman unless she looks a certain way. But yet, lots of women find reasons to get mad at that.
There's one thing you got to admit that women are really good at, it's making everything about themselves. And that includes Father's Day, or as I usually refer to it, National Custodial Interference Day, because so many men are denied access to their children by vindictive mothers on that day. Now, we all know there's going to be a host of single mothers putting up posts praising themselves for being dad and all that other stuff. But then there's also this.
So many women are let down by Mother's Day every single year, and I just want to give you permission. If you are one of those women who was let down on Mother's Day, match his energy. If he showed up with nothing, no card, no flowers, no gift, nothing,
this is crazy.
You show up with nothing.
As I said, they always make it about them. Here
she's
she's telling women
Satan.
to match his energy and give him the equivalent on Father's Day that she got on Mother's Day. But it begs the question, what did she do the prior Father's Day? You see, she's not going to talk about how she completely ignored him then. She's not going to talk about how in the years since then, she's done nothing but bitch and complain at him, never acknowledging or appreciating a damn thing he's ever done. Let's forget Father's Day. Let's just ask every man out there, when was the last time the woman you're in a relationship with showed you any appreciation, gratitude, or acknowledgement at all? The truth of the matter is the majority of men will tell you the answer is never, or it's happened once or twice in the entire relationship. And good luck finding women who will acknowledge that that is indeed the case, that they have never shown any appreciation. Because to a woman, they will all claim they have, when the reality is they haven't. Because as we all know, no matter how hard a man tries, no matter how much a father does, women will always say it's nothing more than the bare minimum. And gentlemen, it's time we stop tolerating that. It's the soft guy era. If they're not going to treat us like the kings we are, then we should indeed, as this woman says, match their energy.
Dang, that's dangerous.
Give them in return exactly what they're giving us. Treat
But
them.
in reality, that's what they want. See, that's what they want. The reason she's saying all this stuff is because the guy that she settled for, she never respected him. She never respected him from the beginning. I don't understand how you even have your wife just holding an app and just talking about their family like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be a point, guys. Guys, listen, guys. The reason is she's saying all this stuff is because she's talking about that imaginary guy that she's attracted to. She thinks that imaginary guy that she's attracted to, by matching their energy, is the only way she can just feel some kind of power. But the reality is she's dealing with a guy that she despises, resents, and not only that, has zero respect. At some point, folks, we have to start smelling the coffee. We have to start smelling the coffee, and not only that, really believe and just acting on those kind of things that we know it works. The responsibility is, in the end, guys, choosing the right woman is on you. Most importantly is mitigate some of the danger when it comes down to make sure that if you're in this relationship, you're always in the winning side. Because that's the only way you can even establish it or just keep the relationship. There's no other way, guys. There's no other way. If she has 1 ounce of leverage over you, you are done. You are done. There has to be a point, guys, that thing about getting married through the state is a problem. You should not be doing that. You should be the breadwinner. Yes, guys, you should be the breadwinner. You should be the breadwinner. When you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship, you should be always the one paying. And I know this sounds crazy because when you're dating, you should be the opposite, right? You should not be paying for dates. When you get to a relationship, then you pay, right? The reason you pay is that's how you keep a frame in a relationship. When she go to dinner, you don't allow her to talk, right? You order for her. She's always looking at you. She's not looking at the waitress. Those small details, right? Those small details keep the hierarchy untouchable. And she's going to appreciate it because you're taking control. Go to a restaurant. You just simply go to the restaurant. Small details like that. In this thing, you have to avoid this lady here. This stupid lady here. Just the fact that she's even saying this, man. This is crazy. She's literally looking for that alpha guy to just give her what she wants. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. She is... This right here That's that type of woman, guys. That's that type of woman. Yep.
Making a ton of videos attacking men like this woman did. To which I say, too bad, so sad. Until you ladies decide to start showing men the respect and acknowledgement that they deserve, we have no obligation to show you any in return. We're going to indeed match your energy, not just on Mother's Day, but every day of the week. So buckle up, ladies. Stock up on your boxed wine, your cat food, and all the other things you need to cope, because men are done with it all and walking away.
If you enjoy...
That's they don't understand. That's dangerous. If men don't get what they want, which is family, a system that can protect their family and give them that responsibility, and also the respect of being the father of the home, right? Being the patriarchs of their community, guys, they're gonna just simply walk away from society, and the society will crumble. They don't understand this. The reason they don't understand this is because they don't understand the biological disposition that men have to protect their loved one and their communities. You're taking that motivation out of the equation by emasculating the men, the same men that you're even trying to, I would say, appeal to just protect your rights. You cannot keep doing this, right? At some point, men are just simply going to move forward, and they're going to take actions. And I have to say, and I'm going to say it here, in the next 20 years, I'm not going to even say that. I'm going to say in the next 10 years, we're going to see great changes. Great changes that we never expected ever to see. And those changes are going to be moving fast and a huge momentum. Because now we have the data. Now we have the encounters. Now we have the information that we need to say whether or not this worked. Right? And it didn't work. It didn't work. We have family broken down. We have a lot of these alphabet mafia stuff going on. Now we're just talking about PDF files, having rights. Like, it has to get to a point. It has gotten to a point that now we have to say, forget about rights, forget about everything. We're taking, this is wrong, and this is going to be taken out of the table. Let me know what you guys think, guys. In the meantime, I'll see you next one.